Hey there, everyone. Holy cow, what an incredible day in the markets with even more excitement in the after hours. We had Jerome Powell coming out and speaking and just tweeting like the most peaceful of doves during that conference, just dancing around saying the rate cuts are coming in September. I mean, he couldn't have been, in my opinion, more blatant about saying it like, tell me the rate cuts are coming without telling me the rate cuts are coming. That's exactly what it sounded like. I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that I'm seeing with the market, and I'm just going to do it just a little bit face to face here. Got my laptop here to talk with you down here visiting Stockmo and going over some business stuff. And I'll tell you what, the dude knows his way around business, fundamentals, technicals, you name it. So he and I talking, sharing that information, sharing different stocks that we like, different plays that are out there. It's been an incredible time. Really looking forward to the fruitful ventures that happen to become of this. So a few things I want to talk about with you. First of all, the SPY. What an incredible bounce that we got. We were in a near-term descending, broadening wedge that could bring us into a solid bounce. We broke above the top trend line yesterday in the after hours, through the pre-market hours today, and then continued to rally. Nice, strong bounce coming there. And then on the Qs, man, oh man, we were saved by AMD and Microsoft talking about continued AI demand. And Meta came out today and also talked about continuing to aggressively spend. And I will tell you what we're seeing right now with big tech is absolutely an arms race for first place. This is a winner take most environment by the big media companies that are out there, by the big tech companies that are out there. And NVIDIA is more than happy to keep on putting out as much infrastructure as they can and providing as much services as they can for this. And well, we're getting to hear that. It's basically everything that we wanted to hear is what we are hearing. And I'll tell you what, looking through those as well, I'll skip ahead of IWM. We'll come back to that one. So AMD hit its 200-day and retraced. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a nice strong bounce coming back to AMD. Need to be watchful for that. Meta in the after hours, we closed at 474 and change, almost 475, and in the post market we're up over 507, and that is incredible for Meta to see that turnaround come out of it. So up about 5 to 6% in the after hours. Well, how did that do for NVIDIA? Well, NVIDIA closed at 117, and I said that if we could break above 118, we have room up to 125. After 125, there's a little bit at 130, but 125 is the big number that's out there. That right up to 140. If you saw my last video, especially the thumbnail for it with the $3.68 trillion price tag, if NVIDIA captures that $150 per share that is possible by the time that their earnings come around, we could see that much hype and that much fervor coming for us. Matter of fact, that would actually be an excellent marker for a potential near-term market top. For example, like we could take this rally here, we carry it around, the punch stays at the party, it keeps going around through August. That could be something incredible because NVIDIA earnings are not until the end of August. So with what the Fed said, we might have that permission. There are some catalysts we also need to talk about in this video that are coming up, some pretty significant economic catalysts that we absolutely have to pay for with the upcoming reports. So NVIDIA in the after hours, trading around 121. We broke above in the after hours. If we can open there tomorrow, 115 to 118 is the critical range for resistance. So during regular market hours, if we're up above that 118, we have room to 125. Keep that in mind because near term, even if I'm wrong about the run to 140, I'm more likely than not right about that run to 125. So we'll see what we happen to squeak out of that. NVIDIA just keeps on getting green lighted for more. We have Amazon and Apple reporting tomorrow, which could give us further green lights. Apple, just another nearly $3 trillion company that's out there. I think NVIDIA isn't just going to blip up and be the biggest company in the world by market cap just for a brief amount of time. I think it's going to retake that crown and it's going to hold on to it pretty strongly. And I don't think that it's going to want to let go anytime soon. I think that it's going to finish out 2024 on top. So we'll see what happens when their earnings come around. We'll see if there's a run up to those earnings. And I think we'd absolutely see that take place. So those are my thoughts on it. So whether they're right or they're wrong, I guess time is going to tell. But that's the way that I'm playing it for right now. Very bullish on it. Have a long-term position building out on NVIDIA. I was hoping to see a few more days of red to take some cheaper shots at the stock, but hey, this is what we have likely between now and the end of August. So we'll see if that happens to keep going. So I said I would talk about IWM. IWM took a nice old spike. It went up over $228 per share. So we broke through the 120 from the 224 to 226 resistance, and then had just ripped back down for the market close, most likely taking a bit of that profit off the table. We'll see what happens with those small caps if this is that time where we actually start to sell down more, and we are in a near-term bullish channel, by the way, which is a smaller part of what we have right now for an ascending triangle pattern, bullish on top of bullish with an RSI that is also bullish. We just need to be careful with that overbought, but things have kind of calmed down, trade sideways for a little bit. So IWM, the Russell 2000 stocks, by the way, have a leverage play out there right now with URTY. We'll see how that goes for us. It's up a little bit today, rip back down. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I think we still have that run up to 234. Now, moving on from there, TMF, been talking about that for a while. We today, in the post market, as a matter of fact, we are up over $53 per share, of a price target on that of at least $54 per share. So TMF, wonderful job on that. I've teased in my morning video, or I'm at my afternoon video. Actually, I said I had another stock that I was looking into. I got to tell you, I watched it, Deadpool and Wolverine, and it seemed like a really big capitulating moment for Disney in terms of the entertainment and actually their willingness to be entertaining, and kind of taking a bit of a step back from the path that they were on and taking a step in the right direction with that movie that's out there, and then bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom. If you didn't know that, now you know that, and that's a public announcement. It's not meant to be secret. I kind of wish, because I am a Marvel fan up to Endgame, and now we're picking up here at Deadpool and Wolverine, although I did like Shang-Chi. I thought that was also a very entertaining one that was out there. But this one, I think, really kind of puts the MCU back on track, and that's going to be a cash cow, I believe, and could actually drive more people back into Disney Plus. I dumped Disney Plus as soon as Marvel stopped being entertaining. Now that it's starting being entertaining again, now I'm like, well, maybe if this is the path that they're going to set their sights on and pushing out high quality entertainment, really put the polish on that they forgot about for a while, I would say really starting with the Eternals and some of the TV shows that were out there, Disney could start being the right time to see these depressed prices. Now that Nelson Peltz, I believe he sold out his entire position, a lot of selling pressure, really drew that stock down. Now we're starting to get that bounce back out. We're sitting up against trendline resistance right now, but this is a company that could go back into the 3-digit zone. Currently, it closed today at about just south of $94. So I think that we have at least another 6% ahead of us before this thing starts to turn back around. We do have to break through that trend line resistance, though. So, guys, that's what I have for you from this. As for the economic stuff that I told you I'd talk about, tomorrow in the morning, 8:30, we have initial jobless claims. We also have non-farm productivity. We got to look for that. Unit labor costs, we're going to be looking for that for further signaling. That could be stuff that tells us a little bit more about how the labor market's going, how jobs are going in general. And then for productivity and for labor costs, we want to see increased productivity at lower cost, especially where inflation is involved. That we want to see that the economy is really continuing to rip on through, and it's not costing as much to do it, that it continues to alleviate those price pressures. The big thing, guys, also, we have ISM manufacturing data tomorrow, too. That's going to be big, too. So we want to pay attention to that. And also ISM manufacturing employment. They've been in contraction. We want to see that return to expansion. That's going to help us out and fight against that recession narrative that keeps on creeping in here and there as we hear for it. Wouldn't say that we're out of the woods yet on that one. That question is still out there. But we are getting a lot of positivity out there right now. So, moving into Friday, we have non-farm payrolls, and the biggest thing, non-farm payrolls, yeah, we want to see that come in strong. Looking at the unemployment rate, though, that's the big one. Stay at 4.1, we're okay. We can breathe a little bit easier. Then our focus is on September's unemployment rate. Does it stay at 4.1? As that creeps up, it's already crept up a lot. I can't believe that the market didn't react more negatively to that higher unemployment rate. When it crossed 4, I thought it was going to be a big negative catalyst. 4.1, I thought it was going to be a big negative catalyst. 4.2, like, if it hasn't made the market that nervous yet, at some point it's going to start making it really nervous. And I think 4.2 is that number. So really, at 8:30 a.m. on Friday, be on the lookout for that. It's absolutely enormous to pay attention to. In the meantime, enjoy the markets as they are. Keep on watching those technicals. Keep on coming back to this channel. If you want to see my buys and sells, you can see those over at the Discord. That link's available through the Patreon. Click on that in the description, sign up, come on over. We'd love to have you over there, and you can see what's going on. And also, guys, if you learn to do technical analysis, there's also a link for that down in the description as well. Go ahead and click that and sign up. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.